Hey guys, out here at the ridge today for an experimental ruck, and I'll have a video about that separately. But while I was out here, I got thinking about spring coming and how the trails are going to be a lot more crowded pretty soon. And I realized that there's a lot of people on the trail that really have no idea what they're doing, and that sometimes their actions are annoying to other trail users and even unsafe at times. So I thought I would talk today a little bit about trail etiquette and what you can do on the trail to make experience safer and more enjoyable for other trail users. Now, the ridge is first and foremost a mountain bike trail. It was conceived by mountain bikers, built by mountain bikers, and it's maintained by mountain bikers. So when I'm out here hiking and running, I'm well aware of that. And one of the things you can do, especially as a runner, is to be aware of the primary purpose of the trail you're on and kind of give way to that no matter what. Running in particular, I think on a trail like this, which is one direction, a directional trail, it's always the best practice to go against the mountain bikers. So on this particular trail, the mountain bike trails go clockwise, and so I hike them and run them counterclockwise, and that gives me the best ability to see a mountain biker coming and to get out of his way. So if you're going to go run or hike an area that's a multi-use trail, it really would be important to find out if it's directional. Some trails are not. Some trails change direction every year, and some trails are always the same direction, like this one. So it would always be in your best interest to find out which direction the trail goes and to try to run opposite of the mountain bikers. That way you have the best chance of seeing them before they come up on you, because they're going to be going a lot faster. And speaking of faster, the two things most important to a mountain biker are speed and momentum. Speed being, if you're a mountain biker and you're in a section with a downhill, that's going to always be your favorite part of the trail. And if you're on an uphill, the worst thing you can do is have to stop in the middle of it and wait for a runner to pass you, because it's really hard to get your momentum going again after you stop in the middle of a hill. If you're a runner and you happen to be on an uphill or a downhill section, please be aware of mountain bikers around you and give them the benefit of the doubt and let them go. Even though technically you may have the right of way as a runner, those guys really don't appreciate it when you get in their way on an uphill or a downhill. And it's easy just to step aside and let them go by. Another runner specific issue that I see all the time is people not paying attention. They're running with headphones or just kind of zoned out. And when you come up behind somebody, if you're running, say something, yell, "Hey, I'm behind you, on your left." Give them a chance to react. Don't come right up on their shoulder and scare them. And if he don't hear you the first time, try again. Just always try to get their attention when you're a good bit of ways behind them, so that they can move out of your way and you don't scare them to death. And lastly, if you're a runner with a dog or an animal on the trail, you need to be hyper aware of where people are around you. And number one, never let your animal go off leash if it's a trail that anybody else would be on. I had a dog one time chase me probably close to 2 miles. Not that the dog was bad, but then I felt bad and had to turn around and take the dog back to the owner. So that was kind of a pain. So number one, don't ever let your dogs off their leash on a trail. And number two, if somebody's coming and they're near you, please pull your animal in close to you. I've seen it and I've done it plenty of times where a person will pull off the side of the trail, they see you coming, and they'll let the dog go on a 6-foot leash. So the dog runs right across the trail and trips you up, your mountain bike hits it, And that's not good for you, it's not good for the animal, and it's not good for the owner. So if you have an animal, please be careful. Make sure you know where people are around you. And if you hear somebody, pull your animal up on a tight leash and pull off the trail and let people by. Now bikers get a bad rap a lot of times for just zooming around people. And yeah, it does happen, but let's face it, that's why we're out there on a bike, is to ride around the trails and go as fast as possible. And of course, a lot of that wouldn't be a problem if the hikers or runners would run against the traffic and actually see a biker coming. So that's kind of a two-way street. But bikers do have a few things they need to be able to do and be aware of to help everybody stay safe and enjoy it more. I think bikers really need to be aware of a couple things. And first and foremost is that if they're coming up on somebody who's running the wrong way, they really can't hear you. As a runner, it's very hard to hear a biker behind you. I know as a biker, you think, oh, my bike's loud, my chain's rattling. But honestly, as a runner, I can't hear bikers until they're right up on me. So if you're a biker, make some noise when you're far enough back that they got a chance to react. A lot of people use a bell on their mountain bike, and I'm gonna get one this year. I haven't before, but I think it's a good idea just to let people know you're there and give them a chance to react and do the right thing. And secondly, bikers, if you're gonna go by somebody, especially if it's on a flat section, give them some room and don't go by them so close that they feel like their handlebar is gonna clip you, like our local drivers do to bikes on the road, it seems like. So give them a wide berth. So first, let them know you're there. And second, give them a wide berth and even slow down if you have to. Now again, if you're going downhill, I think it's their responsibility to get out of your way and give you room. But especially if you're passing them on some place that's flat, let them know you're there and give them a good wide berth so that they don't get shocked or scared that you're going to hit them. And for both bikers and runners, if you run an equestrian trail, which a lot of trails that you're like that, they're open to hiking, biking, and horses. Just make sure you remember that horse is a big animal, and though they may be tame, they're still animals and they don't know what you intend to do. So give them a wide berth and slow down, get off your bike if you have to, stand by the side of the trail, let them pass, because if you spook an animal that big, they could get hurt, the person riding them could get hurt, or you could get hurt if they run over you. So just make sure you know if there's horses around you, just give them a wide berth. So the bottom line is, with a little bit of common sense and some courtesy, you can make life a whole lot better, safer, and more enjoyable for everybody on the trail. So I just urge you, next time you're out, pay attention to where you're going, pay attention to what's around you, and just exercise a little bit of common sense and courtesy, and everybody will have a lot better experience for it. So as always, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys out on the trail.